explaining why you're running for the school board. Our next question is, what do you think are the two biggest challenges facing Del Valle Independent School District? And we can start with Matt and go reverse order.
Yeah, sure. I think one is about, managing the resources that we have right now. I think we are growing, very rapidly as a district, and that means that we ought to steward the resources we have really well to try and do ambitious things like giving teachers raises, trying to make sure that we're advancing, extracurricular activities in the district, and making sure that all of that is done equitably. I think on top of that, there's the question of, how are we growing equitably in the future, and how are we making decisions now, not just stewarding the resources now, but making decisions now that are going to help us steward resources better in the future. So things like Chapter 313 agreements, which are particularly harmful to districts like Del Valle ISD. How are we working with other forms of government like the state legislature to make sure that we're doing everything we can to vocalize support for teachers and make sure that we're fighting for things like an increased basic allotment so that the district has more revenues on its maintenance and operations tax to ensure that teachers get additional salaries and bonuses and can, focus on the most important job, which is, taking care of their classrooms. So that's, I'd say, the two things that I'm particularly concerned about right now. And I think a part of that too is thinking about land. Where are we going to build? I think we have very clear ideas about, the kinds of growth that's occurring in the district right now. And so what are we doing to make sure that we're buying land now while it's cheaper? And, and ensuring that as the district grows that we have a lot of flexibility to make wise decisions.
Okay, well, I agree with Matt. One of our biggest challenges is the growth and how fast we're growing. And along with that is also our lack of resources to keep up with that growth. I mean, we don't have any city government or anything with Del Valle. And as a board member, we do become their advocates for any resources that we can bring here. So, yeah, I mean, for me, those are the two big challenges: fast growth and the lack of resources that our communities have here.
I put up a website for my candidacy, and I put a poll on there. And I didn't get a whole lot of people responding to the poll, but the one question that I did get the most responses to was about school safety. I'm not sure what's going on in the schools, but that seemed to be a concern for parents. My focus is addressing parents' concerns because these are their kids, and they have dreams for them just like the parents had dreams for them, and we all want to see everybody succeed. We don't want to see anybody left behind. So if there's a concern about school safety, I'd want to know why. What's going on? Do you have gangs? Is there bullying? So that would be one of my primary concerns. The other is to go back to what I initially spoke about, value for money. Here are some scores. I got this straight off the TEA website. It's called the 2021 School Report Card. It's broken down into sort of like approaching proficiency, meeting proficiency, and mastering. So the one that I chose to bring up here is meeting, which means they're proficient. Okay, for 2021, there was 24% in all subjects and 31% for 2019. So that's a decline. In reading and language arts, it was in 2019, it was 29%, and 2021, it was 28%. Mathematics in 2019 was 33%. In 2021, 19%. I'll finish in 1 minute. In writing, In 2019, the proficiency was 16%. In 2021, it was 12%. In science, in 2019, the proficiency was 38%. In 2021, the proficiency was 24%. That is my concern, is that the children are not getting the education that they need. Thank you.
My biggest concern for Del Valley is, I'll agree with the table number 1, teachers and buildable land. We're running out of buildable land in Del Valley. We don't have the infrastructure in a lot of areas. As it stands right now, we have 973 and 130 to get you across the river. That's it. So wherever we put schools now, if the infrastructure's not there, it's going to cost. That's why we're out buying land now. And teachers, I don't know what it's going to take to get teachers. I don't know if 6 figures, 7 figures, if that'll keep teachers. I think, and I'll agree with most of the teachers, they're burning out. It's hard. You know, our daughter, she teaches special ed. 2nd year is tiring. It's tiring. And as far as Kim with her data, we get data too every day. Most of the data she talked about is 2 years old. And that's what you're going to get from TEA. You're going to get old data. You don't get current data, unfortunately. That's what I feel that Del Valley needs. We need to go out and find the teachers, keep the teachers for our kids, and buildable land. Thank you.
I get 1 minute rebuttal.
Yeah.
Okay, the data is not old. The 2019 is a couple of years old. 2021 is not old. That's from last year, which is the most current data on TEA's website. So you're incorrect in saying that the data is old. That's all I wanted to say is rebuttal. Thank you.
Any